Hi, it's Dorothy Guining with Scrapbooking Quebec, and welcome to Day 12 of Becky Back's 12th Day of Christmas YouTube Hop. In this video, I'm going to share with you an easy hack to creating what looks like a complex layered layout. But in fact, it's so easy, I feel like I'm cheating. This page, it took me less than 24 minutes from start to finish, real time. Here's what I'm going to be using, and most of it comes from Photoplay's Kringle collection. My hack, I'm going to use that cut apart sheet as a background page. So now I'm going to walk you through the process. Before filming, I backed my photo and I also trimmed down that black cardstock just so that it would meet within the confines of that background paper. Now what I'm going to do is create a page essentially on top of this black cardstock, and I'm going to layer it up with paper. I'm going to add a title, some journaling, as well as decorations, and then I'm going to adhere that black page on top of the foundation page. But I'm going to start by creating this layered photo mat with two different printed papers. So I'm going to take this red plaid one and I cut it at 1/2 inch wider than the photo, and I'm going to leave it at full length at this point because I'm not quite sure what I'm doing right now. And for that black leafy print, I'm going to cut its width as well, but I'm going to leave it at full length for the same reason. That black one though is going to be a fair amount larger. So the measurements you're seeing on the screen now are for the final project, for the final result. Anyway, what I'm going to do now while I'm cutting and gluing, I'm going to talk a little bit about cut apart sheets because I'm not really a pocket scrapbooker. I do it every once in a while, but not very often. Nevertheless, I really do like cut apart sheets. They come with most collections now, and I often cut them up and I layer them under photos, or I fussy cut them. Sometimes I turn them into tags. Sometimes I do my journaling on them. But every once in a while, I'll use them as is. I'll do the unexpected. I'll use it as a foundation page. And the few times I have done this, I've always absolutely loved my layouts. I wouldn't fill my album with pages like this, but every once in a while, I find it really fun. So that's what I'm sharing with you today. So back to my layout. At this point, I know I want a shelf underneath my photo. So I cut myself a 2-inch strip of paper, and then I used that triple banner punch from Stampin' Up! To snip a fishtail in it. Again, I'm leaving it at full length. I'm not quite sure how long I want it at this point. But what I do know is that I want to place my title on that banner, and I also want that banner to go underneath my photo a bit. So I'm playing around with placement a bit. My title is already placed on wax paper, so that gives me an idea how far under I can tuck that banner underneath the photo. And now what I'm doing is simply adhering my photo to those photo mats. Now I trimmed that red paper at this point, and then what I'll do is adhere this to the black paper, and eventually I will trim that black paper as well. While I'm doing this, I'm going to talk about the YouTube hop. So basically, there's been a 12-day YouTube hop, the 12 Days of Christmas, organized by Becky Back, and it's full of inspiration. This is my first time participating in it, so I'm popping in right at the very end. Anyway, if you want some inspiration, check out the other crafty YouTubers, and I put their links in the comments below. There's lots of fun inspiration out there. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. So back to my layout here. Now what I'm going to do is start placing that shelf underneath the photo. What I do know, aside from I want it to accommodate my title, I want the banner to start on the black cardstock towards the right-hand side. And I'm going to adhere it here, but I actually find it a little bit difficult. So what I end up doing is removing it from underneath the photo. Then I adhere this layered photo mat to the black paper, and then I go back and adhere that banner. You'll see that in a minute. So I'm going to adhere that down. I am really having fun with this Kringle collection. I absolutely love these colors for Christmas. Now, this is a Christmas collection, but the page I'm doing here today actually is a winter theme. It has nothing to do with Christmas. It's more about winter is here and I better suck it up and live with it because it's going to be here for another 6 months. Anyway, so now I'm placing that on top of that foundation page. Now, one might ask, why didn't I just leave that border to the left and use full black page? It would have saved a lot of paper. However, I personally believe that that little bit of paper peeking out from underneath that black cardstock really does add a certain complexity to this page. I really do like it. That's Duke. He's new to our home. He's a rescue cat that's going to be staying here for a while. Anyway, he's really cute. So now what I'm going to do is start creating embellishment clusters. So I have this lined paper and I'm going to put it in that frame that you see me putting adhesive on right now, and that's where I will be doing a little bit of journaling a little bit later on, but right now I'm kind of fooling around with the placement of the ephemera pack. I also tucked in a piece of gray paper in the top left-hand corner. I wanted to repeat the gray that was in that banner. I had a scrap of paper. That actually wasn't my intention, but I actually kind of liked the look, so I left it there, and then I added a little tab in the top left-hand corner. Now I'm placing the title. This pack, like I said, this collection is all to do with Christmas. So I had to kind of dig through the ephemera to find things that weren't too Christmassy. Now, obviously on that background paper, the Christmas countdown and December 25th and all of that has been strategically covered up by the black paper. But what is showing, I'm good with it. There's that Christmas bulb there that says bright, but hey, that's okay. There's lots of Christmas bulbs around in the winter in my neck of the woods anyway. I find it wintry enough. So anyway, back to my decorations. Like I said, in this pack, there is enough wintry stuff to satisfy my needs for this layout anyway. So I keep going back and forth, and at one point, what I'm looking for here is something to put on that tab. And this is 2 collections of watercolor paper stickers by Vicki Boutin from past collections. And I was just looking for a little word. So I found the word hello to put on that tab in the top. And when I was going through that, I found another one that says keep your head up. And I kind of liked that. So I actually put it under the title, You Betcha. I also take this thing here that says, you know, admit 1 North Pole, and I ended up stapling it in the top right-hand corner, but I didn't like it. I should have known stapling is way outside of my comfort zone, so I ended up pulling out the staples. I was doing that North Pole thing because sometimes I do feel like I live in the North Pole. Anyway, I end up removing it, and ultimately I'm at the end of my layout here. The only really thing I do, aside from removing that, is off camera. I did a small amount of journaling in that journaling box, and I also added a few enamel dots, and you'll see that in the stills at the end of the video. I'm just continuing with that thing in the corner that doesn't end up making the cut. Anyway, this is the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to Scrapbooking Quebec, I'd love it if you did. And also, don't forget, there's a whole bunch of other crafty YouTubers out here participating in this YouTube hop, and they have tons of ideas, so be sure to check them out. Their links are below. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy your December. Have a great day.